Hello, everybody. Welcome to ozfortress Season 20, Week 3. It's going to be Baguette on my level versus Salt-Free Gaming. Joining me tonight is my co-caster, Rocky. Say hello, Rocky.
Hello.
And, as always, our beautiful European wizard, Wiethoofd, is on production. So this is the second cast, rather, of the season, and it is going a bit lower into the end of Prem. Like, our first cast of the season was coverage of The Source versus Madmen, which are the top two seeds, and it's what the most awaited match was, and we were lucky enough to have it on week 2. But we're seeing a mid to low Prem fight this week, and the teams, I think they should be pretty evenly matched. We have a lot of upcoming talent in the server, and some returning names from previous seasons, Prem and Intermediate. So I'm actually pretty interested to see what they managed to pull out for this match, especially because we're playing Sunshine, and I think I said it last time with the Source coverage, but Australians aren't super familiar with Sunshine. We haven't played it very much since all the way back in ozfortress 12, I think, was the last time. And getting back into it, people are just kind of messing around with strats, trying to get into the play of things, and I don't know. It definitely does work better for some teams than it does others right now.
Yeah, I think the Australian scene is starting to break it down a bit more and come to grips with what it's about. But still, there are quite a few teams who are a bit sloppy on it. I'm keen to see how these guys do.
Definitely. So, I think we have Aza tonight, actually, who's subbing for Mink, or Jen. And he, this might be his premier game debut, I'm correct, and we have a lot of, so I'm just going to go quickly through the rosters right now, because we actually have some interesting names. So, Baguette on my levels, kind of like a baby version of Damage Inc. They've got the old Damage Inc. players from back when they were intermediate, like players like Zoic. Zoic, way back, like season 17 or even earlier, he was the scout or roamer, I believe, for Damage Inc. And with this reform, they've put him on, I think they put him on scout. He was originally demo man, but the team got moved to Prem, and they moved Crud onto demo, and then they changed Zoic's positioning. But we've got an interesting lineup. I think it's Lugnuts, Zoic Scout. No, Lugnuts, Pingu Scout, Zoic Roma. No, Mad Roma, Zoic Pocket, Crud Demo, and their medic is someone I'm blanking on, actually. But I'll get back to that when he joins. And then another interesting roster we have for the side of Salt-Free is they've got Oliver on Scout, which usually they have, from logs, what I've been seeing is they've been running Dork. It's a shame he's not playing tonight, because I think it was last week Dork's performances in scrims and just practice matches were nuts. Like, I think he hit 580 DPM in a scrim against a scrim for Salt-Free. So I am a little bit disappointed to see him, to not see him tonight, but we have Oliver, who is a player who's been around for a while. I think the last time I saw Oliver, I think he was playing for the SAR dudes, like that's intermediate season 18, 17. So I haven't seen him active, especially in a cast, for a very long time. Then we have Hyper, who has been around for a while as well. I think he's played for intermediate for a few seasons, and I think way back he came first in intermediate as a player for the Resurrected 9 back when they were active. I didn't really know much about him as a player, and looking at logs recently, he's been performing really well, like solid damage, good kills, just seems to be doing, at least statistically, he's been doing a really good job on his scout role, so I'm interested to see how he'll play tonight.
I think he's one of the players to be watching this match. He's a bit of an up-and-comer, I would say.
Definitely. Yeah, I think that we have also played, so this thing is, Salt-Free had a Prem season 2 or 3 seasons ago, and I think last season they placed second in intermediate, and they've been moved back to Prem again. So, but this is quite a different roster than we saw them when they were playing Prem last time, I believe. Just see if they can up their game a little bit, because I think they were struggling their first season, and I'd hope to see that they're making changes. Okay, so I was wrong. Aza is the medic for Damage Inc., and I'm guessing that, yeah, Blank is the medic for for Salt-Free. So I think Blank. So yeah, I don't know. I've seen Blank playing a lot of medic in place of Mink. I don't know, reasons, internet issues, whatever it is, but yeah, it seems to be the core substitute for her right now.
Okay, so he is the substitute for Mink, right?
Yeah. So I'll just quickly go through the roster because I got them wrong the first time, like an absolute idiot. We have Blank for Salt Free. We have Blank on Medic. We have Wigan on Demo. We have Pame on Roma. We have Catfish on Pocket. We have Scouts being Hyper and Oliver. And then for the side of Baguette, which I'm instinctively going to accidentally call Damaging the entire time. I just hope you guys know that. Is the Medic will be Aza. The Scouts will be Pingu and Lugnuts. The Demo Man will be Crud. The Pocket will be Zoic, and the Roma will be Mad. And I think there's a lot of potential in that roster, to be honest. Like Crud, I think is one of the highest, like the most capable demo men in Prem, and his biggest claim to fame was on Damage Inc. when they were contesting Right Wing Death Squad last season. But he's done extremely well the entire time he's been playing, and it's cool to see him hang on because I think he was thinking of retiring last season, but it's good to see him back because yeah, he's a massive output for any team he's on, just damage wise.
He's only been improving from the games I've seen him play. He's Definitely one of the other players to watch.
Okay, so I think we're live in real time, so that's 90 seconds. We should be able to get this underway, so we can stop rambling about team rosters and all that. But do you have any predictions, Rocky, for how do you reckon this map's going to go?
I'm honestly not entirely sure. I'm not familiar enough with these players and these teams, but I'm interested to see how they try and play the map.
Fair enough. I think seeing these rosters in a server is a lot different to my pre-game predictions. I think that, like, looking at them, I reckon they have the potential to go really close together. Like, I think these teams could work super well against each other, like their team dynamics. I reckon that first map, I'd put it on Baguette to take first map 4-2. I'm going to put that down as my first prediction. But I'm not going to put down a second prediction because I want to see how the teams actually play against each other before I make any other calls. And I think we should be going live any second now, so I'm interested to see how we get this started. Oh yep, we're going live very soon. 5 seconds into the thing, and I'm going to catch Crud on this first rollout because I want to see what he can be pulling out on Sunshine. As I haven't seen any performance of him from Sunshine this season, as we've only got one cast through.
His rollout's usually pretty solid. I say that.
Yeah, he messes up the first time, and he's going to be pretty slow, so I might actually move it onto some soldiers while the mid starts the other way. I'm going to be probably watching... Maybe I'll watch Pame as he's going... Actually a pretty slow rollout through Cafe to try and get onto the forward combo. He gets straight on in, but he doesn't get much damage. Aza goes down though to aggression from Scouts. Oliver actually picking up late. Pingu kills Wigan, and Pelly's just going down left and right. It does seem to be going better for the side of Salt Free, and finally the frags are coming through decisively. Hyper kills 2 in that fight, Crud and Zoic, and that's going to be the mid unless Lugnuts is feeling ballsy, and it doesn't look like he is. Oh no, he does seem to be trying to like lurk around trying to get into them, but they're not having anything, and he's locked out of this mid fight.
Both teams slowed him in on that. Payne breaking it open though with a bomb, killing the medic with some coordination with his scout, securing in the fight in the mid.
Yeah, and Loudnut's getting caught out there. It's going to be awkward because he gets cleaned up and it's a 15-second respawn that I'm sure that Salt Free are going to try and punish and maybe try and get through if they're feeling it ballsy, but they haven't made any advancements just yet. But as I said, they're starting to break through choke. Yeah, they're breaking through choke right now. They get stuck to a soldier on the flank. The flank soldier does back up, and they haven't got much through, but the health is really bad on Catfish and Payne. They get cleaned up by that same rocket by Mad, and Mad's aggression is just owning right now. They go down really low, and they're going to have to back this up through the choke. A scout might be caught here as Pingu's trying to take a 1v1. Oliver does stay a bit long and gets caught in there, and it looks like they're trying to get all the way out of mid here because the 3 players down is going to make this really awkward to fight, but they might be trying to use this Uber. If they can get it, it could completely delay this fight, but they're only on 80% and Aza's just come up on it, so it looks like they're going to have to use this on second, if at all.
Yeah, Salt Free really overestimating this slight player advantage.
Yeah, Oliver does pick up Mad. Hyper goes down trying to maybe take an Uber that his medic wasn't prepared for. The scout and soldier forward into Flowers trying to get any plays they can, but nothing's going their way. They're still walking forward, but they're just taking damage and not feeling any themselves. 2 plays down for each side, so it's anybody's game here, but Pingu taking down Wigan is going to be a huge pick that will allow Baguette to start moving through. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they need to be pushing through. This demo is so brutal in the second, just trying to get through any choke. And Crud's just trying to deny this place choke. He's dealing so much damage, but there's no one there to follow it up, and he's only get cleaned up a bit forward. But Ace is in an awkward position here, trying to keep his soldier alive but not overcommit. Just an absolute DM fight right now. No one's really coordinating anything, and finally Lane's gonna go down. This does seem to be going in favor of Baguette, but as I said, that catfish gets onto the medic. Can he get the kill? He doesn't get the kill.
Wow, Ace is very close to dying there.
Yeah,
he probably should have died.
He should have. I think it was a bit of a awkward awkward reload time on catfish. He couldn't get the last rocket off.
Yeah.
But after all that chaos, it finally does go in the way of Baguette with a full Uber advantage. So we'll see how they want to play this, because
they're gonna have to break the gun though.
Yeah.
We'll see how they do it. Looks like they're just gonna do a push into left.
Yeah, they seem to be a bit eager. They've taken this early on to Crud, but they've got absolutely nothing yet, including the sentry hasn't gone down. The sentry's still up, and play's just trying to exchange spam on the right side. Fire going down. Crud gets picked up by Catfish, playing really forward. A really good pick there. It's not harsh any further aggression. Oh, they get onto the medic, but he doesn't get down. I think there was Pingu failing to do shots, and that's a complete wipe with a full Uber at the last. That's not what you want to see.
It's probably the most ineffectual Uber I've seen. I think they needed to assess who their gun was a lot faster and kill it and move up their forces while they're still flash, but they just kind of sat around and ended up getting wiped.
Definitely.
Although they should be able to contest mid.
Yeah, they're contesting mid now, sort of, but they're half committed now. It looks like they're just going to back up and give this to Salt Free, but as I say that, Oliver goes down for the trade of Blood Knights at the Scout each, with better respawns for Salt Free. And they're looking to Uber straight on from Cafe, and nobody's been called just yet. They pick up Crud because of the lack of comms, and they're going to be pushing in really aggressively. Both soldiers trying to punish the aggression from Payne, and he does end up finally dying to Pingu on Sniper, but Aza went down. And that's, with this 100% Uber not even being popped into the second, this should be last if they don't butcher this.
I'd like to see them keep going here.
Yeah, they are. They're bowling it. They're going to be taking this Uber through. The Sniper and Heavier there. The Pyro, like, the triple outclassing this. The Sniper does change back to Scout, and don't butcher this Uber, guys. Come on, you got this. The Pyro very low as the Heavier's gone down. The Sticks are on the point. This is their last ditch effort. This 4v4 somehow. They've made this an even situation. Blank goes down. Payne and Hyper are the only ones left in a 2v1 with a healed Pingu, and Aza kills Hyper and gets a Sorrel while he's at it. And Payman late, just trying to maybe get onto the point, but that's just a feed, as he can't win a fight with a Buck Scout in a 1v1.
Wow, I thought Blue had that, to be honest. Their speed from their last point all the way over to the other side of the map was extremely fast. I don't think they killed the Pyro and the Heavy fast enough, and the respawners came up in time and just, you know, were able to deal with them.
Definitely, the Pyro, they took so long when killing that Pyro. Like, they killed the Heavy or did enough damage to him that he was pretty insignificant almost immediately, but the Pyro dancing around took like 3 seconds of that Uber, and then Crud playing back with heals just absolutely denied them aggressing onto the point. But the Sniper is up on Oliver. I'm going to be watching this clip. He has an opportunity to hit a nice shot, but he gets cleaned up. Lugnuts cleans him up early. Mad jumps onto the medic and bounces them against the wall and double Tyrant
Wow,
shots.
that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's really good. Delayed kill as well, so it's 3 up. They're gonna be probably getting cleaned up. Yeah. Catfish and Hyper both going down, and it's just Payne to try and get anything done. He does. I don't know if that was an Uber force that I missed, or he's just dancing around behind after the Uber was popped. Okay, so he did get a force there, but another advantage. Only 20% this time, and it looks like they're eager to go in, which is a good idea if they can get the aggression, but they're already being denied. Wigan absolutely destroying them in this choke. Wigan does go down to counter spam from Crud, but they're making this work. It's only 2-3 up. The medic's just dancing right on the point, trying to soak up shots, and the first round's going to go to the way of Baguette.
I'm amazed by the aggression of these teams. I was honestly expecting them to be a lot more passive, but they were really in there. Yeah,
they seem really eager to be taking these advantages, which is good for us as viewing TF2, because we haven't really seen a stalemate so far, actually, in the 7 minutes we've been casting, but that's only 1 round, so I'm going to check out what Wigan's doing this mid. He goes down really low, actually, on the roulette, and he's going to have to soak up a lot of heals to try and make sure he doesn't get called out in spam or anything. Nothing really happening for either team, but they're backing out for the side of Salt Free. I guess they just didn't like the positioning and didn't want to risk it.
It felt like Dirk had that one. He was very far forward and shot the enemy demo back and forced them to retreat, because you really can't fight this middle effectively without the demo man. It's too important.
It's interesting. Not many mids you see where nobody dies on a mid and you still have a victor, I guess. Like, pretty rare sight, but I don't know. It might be a good play, to be honest. Like, if they were really doubting their positioning because of Crud's placement, I guess it could be a good play. Like, they don't want to just walk in and die, they may as well just play second. But now it's just an exchange of spam. As we were saying, we hadn't had a stalemate, but as I'm saying that, Pingu runs in, gets killed by Pain gets Pingu. Lugnuts and Mad go down. Sulfree absolutely destroying these defenses that let him for them, and Azo is being chased out of flowers. Oliver's just walking forward and multing everybody. He gets straight onto the medic. He's gonna get the force. He drops Azo. Oliver is just absolutely destroying everyone in his wake, and he's trying to annoy Crud. I wouldn't take this fight, and Oliver, yeah, he gets cleaned up. Man, I guess he was just overcommitted to the kills there, but it all works in the way of them because they've got the flu bread and they're going to be pushing into second without any contention, but they still Uber, which is a questionable thing.
Yeah.
Behind him, I think Pingu.
One thing I've noticed is when the enemy medic dies, these medics aren't too keen on preserving their own Uber ad. I think they should be trying to bait the enemies who are going to bomb in and try and preserve that Uber a little bit more.
Definitely. Payne's already in on the right and he hasn't been spotted. He jumps straight onto the point. He's making a good play here, baiting people over to the point, but nothing really comes of it. A scout's on Piper rushing. Really good play from him, getting straight onto Matt. And Aza going down to Catfish. This is disastrous for Baguette, letting all these players go down so early. They've lost 2 for the side of Salt Free, and Oliver's still committed yet again, but he seems to be alone and he should die here. Oh my god, he's still hitting shots, doing 360s, just dodging everything. Is he going to get out? He isn't. Crud finally picks him up.
Pretty unfortunate for Oliver. He was doing an amazing work there. Obviously the red medic died, which incentivized Black to retreat because he wants to reserve that, but I guess his team weren't really aware of how well they were winning that. They could have potentially ended the round.
Yeah, I feel like they just wanted to try and play that Uber advantage, but I reckon they could have had that round they just right now. But they do Uber straight onto the players here, and they should all be going down. But it's a really nice pipe on a hyper, but the 3 remaining players shouldn't be much contention for a fully buffed team. But as I say that, a scout rushes onto Wigan, and Wigan's in a really bad position to die here, but Pingu's on 2 low health to even take the fight, and he's just gonna concede, and really fast rounds, but really back and forth so far. I'm really having fun with this.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. Damage Inc. winning that fight for the blue team there, going in against the enemy Uber when they had it, when they didn't have it themselves, bro, pretty much.
Yeah. So I want to see what Crud was doing because I feel like he single-handedly cleaned the mid up for Baguette last round. Nothing really happening right now. Same old, no one really taking any ground, but so free is so clumped, man. Nobody's taking any length on their side. They're just kind of getting mulched in there. But as I say, that Wigan picks up Aza. What just happened?
Yeah, he just ate a pipe across the map.
Well, okay. I mean, somehow that I guess the collapsing players after the medic died ended up just cleaning up because it's just Hyper left up on the side of Salt Free, and he's playing on his second, just hiding in flowers. He decides to try and walk into the point, maybe to deny the cap, but the 4 players there they should just finish this fight. He takes that pack and Pingu's gonna run away. I mean, that was really close. Yeah, Hyper 1 hit away. Good job surviving.
So Wigan piped Aza across the map, and as soon as the MiG goes down, you need to expect the enemy team to go full on Pearl Harbor and just bomb the crap out of you. Because that's when they've got nothing to lose. That's arguably when they're at their most dangerous. If the enemy dies, I'd really like to see these teams play around baiting or backing out and not allowing these forces or these opposing medic pick.
Ah, that's a shame. Catfish actually does a pretty nice play. He walks over the side of Cafe and kills the overextended soldier, but he kind of messes up his jump to try and escape from a position. He gets cleaned up in spam, and both teams lose 2 frags in the fray, and it just seems that it doesn't seem like either team is eager to push off any of these frags. The Uber does come up for Aza, and Blank will come up before they have a chance to capitalize off that. I don't know. But Blank eats pipes. Like, these medics are just pipe driven, man. Catfish might grow. Oh my god, Catfish survives on 1 health.
Yeah, it was only a sliver.
Yeah, but we have the Pingu sniper. Pingu, very comfortable sniper.
Offensive
but aim
sniper?
on heavy?
Oh wow, that's interesting. I don't think I've seen this before. Almo, are you watching?
I don't know. Sunshine heavy? I'm not sure. Especially against this sniper play, but man goes down to a pretty nice flank play from Catfish and Oliver. But Oliver going for counter-stack perhaps gets cleaned up in the return. What's Pingu up to? Pingu's just dancing around. I don't think he's shown himself just yet, but the heavy might not be the play right now because I don't know if you've played TF2 before, but sniper does counter heavy.
Mm-hmm.
But He's watching the
trying
cafe
to.
side.
Is it just to deny jumpers? Because that's really the only strength I can see of the heavy.
I don't know, it feels like it would be, yeah, I don't know, maybe he's just testing it out, I don't know man, like, Paim's a pretty old player, he might just be doing some Bender strats, I don't know.
It's 1-to-1, maybe they're content with parking for now. It seems like the team with the sniper should come on ahead though. But hey, he just dies, so maybe not.
Oliver's really good at this with his aggression right now. Like he has been overextending a little bit and getting caught, but he's been making plays, and it's really to have that kind of player on your team willing to get aggressive and kill those players if he sees the opportunity. Catfish trying to get forward onto a soldier. They don't know to start walking this through. The health is terrible as well on the flank for Baguette, and they just walk through. They haven't Ubered. They finally pop on the side of Baguette. The soldier's just jumping around, taking shots, doing it the best he can. Aza gets a sword to extend his Uber, and they're going to be pushing flowers behind Salt Free's back, and this is a really interesting counterplay to the push through cafe.
Can they get the point though? They do. That's incredible. What a wrap.
This should be round. Yeah, this is 100% going to be round. They've completely wiped. There's no one to stop last. That's a really good play. Aza also great survivability there. Knew that the only way he was going to get out there is if he got the sword to extend his Uber. Ran at the medic, got the sword, and then just clinged onto a scout and got out of there. That was really cool play.
Wow, what a spicy wrap. Yeah, so they just go straight through flowers. Mid-capping far too slowly, so they go straight for the second point. But yeah, that's awesome. Well done.
Yeah, clever play. Wigan going down
Wigan's
so
great,
low,
man.
14 health. It's
really not too good on his rollouts.
Crud's not playing this super aggressively, to be honest, and Wigan's still not eating heals, only just hitting mid now with 80 health. It goes down so low. You do not want to be on under 100 and fighting Crud's spam, but they have same stuff's kind of happening. Wigan walked on a point by himself, takes so much aggression. Pain goes down to mad. Dirt, Crud takes down Oliver, and the players are just falling like flies for the side of Salt Free, and the medic should just kill behind here. There's no way he's going to escape. Please.
That's a very late medic death as well. I'm super happy with how Damage Inc. plays that. They notice immediately that Catfish is on the flank, and when you're on the flank and you're behind the enemy and not close to them, you're effectively useless. You're not really achieving anything. If you ignore that player and focus on the others, you're pretty much playing a 6v5 game. And that's what they did. So they eliminated the others and then went back for Catfish, and they, you know, that's perfect.
We have Oliver on sniper, which we haven't seen before, but Hyper gets gets caught from aggression from Pingu with heals, cleans him up in the return. Even Uber's here, so it's definitely not coffin in the coffin for Salt Free yet. These last pushes have been a bit, I think they've been 50-50. It's either been like, I don't know actually, that might be a not correct statement. The whole lobby is actually completely free because Baguette don't seem interested in getting that aggressive without an Uber.
Don't Damage Inc. have substantial Uber ad here? I mean, I guess they can just play off the sniper picks, but I would have liked to see just the the Uber advantage push. But sure, you can slow it down. It's very hard to push against a level 3 sentry, so we're just hoping for Pingu to hit shots here.
Honestly, Pingu hasn't had that much impact on Sniper so far, and he's been stopping a fair amount. Like, I don't know, he might have had a couple picks here or there, but seeing as much as I feel like he's gone Sniper pretty much any situation you'd even consider to have a Sniper. But he is going lower, and this is a really good angle to pick. If he can hit a shot, he is gonna almost he misses the shot on Hyper, and now they know where he's picking from. So if they're not playing this dumb, they won't lose a player. But as I said, like Catfish trying to get aggressive, maybe to pick him, gets himself cleaned up, and yeah, he gets
it's still very hard to push this, with even if there's just one player.
This should be counterplayed by Salt Free. The Silent Tree hasn't gone down. Hyper getting super aggressive on the medic, but completely alone. You can't get that aggressive. Oh, he does get back to his medic, and it might just be a reset because
that's cool. No, I was worried that Damage Inc. were going to overcommit there and just lose their hull, but the trade is fine if you're playing with a sniper. It makes you so much more exposed, like this.
Yeah,
you should see the gun.
Finally these shots, and oh my god, Matt does a really nice bomb. He gets onto blank, and that should just prompt. I don't know. What would you do here? Would you spam this to push, or would you wait for the Uber charge?
You definitely push while the engineer is dead and kill the gun, and there's no medic, but they just seem to fail here. So
yeah, they did seem to be a bit underbuffed, and then they just kind of took damage and died. But they do still have this full Uber ad, and Salt Free are still definitely not in favor before this fight. Mad almost going down as well. He can't be done. If Mad dies here, it's actually really bad, but he does end up getting to safety, it looks like. But they're re-pushing in a second into an Uber charge. This is a bit of a shifty play. They haven't forced it out, and they lose 3 players. If this isn't last, what is?
Deja vu?
Yeah, I mean, it's just Wigan to solo hold against 6 players, and he's trying his best. The sentry finally goes down. He doesn't get any kills, and I mean, valiant effort, but yeah, that's 3rd round, 2 Baguette.
I'm not very fond of that sentry. It doesn't cover the opposing doorway, like its range is too short, so it can die very easily without any, you know, it doesn't contest effectively.
Yeah, I agree. I think
but that's not the issue. That push was what failed that round for Sulfury.
We can wait earlier on mid this time and with better health, maybe playing with his buff a little bit more. Soldier, a different mid from both teams actually. They're playing closer to left on both sides. Both soldiers try and take height. Catfish gets punished for it by Pingu. Bloodnuts also kills Wigan, so this should be the beginning of a successful mid for Salt Free. Mad also jumps onto a scout. Oliver almost, very low, but they're still kind of contesting this.
He shouldn't have.
Scout, yeah. The scout dies, but it looks like Salt Free. I don't know if they're going to contest second tier. Payne seems ready to do it, but jumps straight into the medic. Can he hit it? What? Oh,
excellent, yeah.
Ballsy play. Doesn't go for the rocket, decides to jump up and try and keep himself in the fight. Payne does force Aza, and that's going to allow Blake to come up on this Uber and either hold second or repush this mid.
I feel like Sulfury should be able to go in straight away. Hopefully without getting forced, but I think we'll see it.
Definitely. Wigan jumping in onto the height to try and get some spam angles here. Aza gets pushed back out of choke. They didn't have to Uber. They did have to Uber. What? Did they miss something there?
Yeah, it's a bit of a mistake. Red team's 2 players down. You should be able to get into that choke without getting popped. Because now red team's going to have an advantage and we're just going to see them go back into middle. Or at least we should do.
Was he forced or was it just a miss pop? I didn't actually pay attention.
Too far forward. He got popped, yeah.
Fair enough. Forward players and flowers, nothing coming of it yet, just a bit of exchange of spam, and I don't know, looks like Salt Free are aware and are trying to respect their Uber disadvantage because they're playing a bit back on middle. I mean, they're just probably trying to get this force out on mid and try and repush the ad as you would, but I don't know, things have been pretty disastrous in terms of these things because they've been losing loads of players. They get in so far without even popping here. Yeah, they're finally backing out of choke and they haven't even Ubered or lost a... They've got a player behind.
They should not get distracted by this back kappa.
Wigan is denying this point really well. He's absolutely owning. He drops Aza. That's Aza's 2nd drop, I believe. And that's the worst thing that could have possibly happened.
I'm not sure who screwed up harder there. Blue let them in for free, and then red team didn't lock them out, and the back cap became too overwhelming. Can they snowball this to last though, Salt Free? It's a pretty excellent Uber.
Yeah, this is pretty textbook to be honest, unless Zoic and Aza can go huge. So it does come up, but yeah, that's going to be 2nd round. This is really close. And that back-cap play, even though it's single player, is kind of an imitation of what Baguette did in the 2nd round, and I don't know, it seems to be strong as both teams haven't been able to really counterplay it yet. I think they were pushing all from the right there, and then a soldier was able to just walk through flowers into the point. Anyway, tried way more aggressive than Wigan on this bid, playing the left. Absolutely skyboxes Catfish, and he's going to be taking heals, which is going to allow them to walk forward a bit. Payne gets straight into the medic. Aza doesn't go down, but he takes so much damage. He goes down to 7. He's going to have to back up, and the health on Baguette is so bad. They need to be pushing aggressively on Salt Free. I'm watching Blank right now. He's trying to get out. He kills a soldier, but he gets killed by Zoic. Oh wait, he killed 2 people. Oh my goodness, I didn't even notice that. I missed the first frag, but did really well. And yeah, I think all the frags on that mid for the side of Salt Free were by the medic. That's not what
that was quite funny. Salt Free had all the point presence, but the red had more players and more frags.
Yeah. Hyper's up in the engineer.
Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. Position. Like, you've got a full ad, you need to stop letting these roamers force you for free. You should just chill back and bait them, like pretend they're limbing or something.
Yeah, maybe a mistake of a lower div decision. I don't know, it does seem to be happening a lot. They are forcing these Ubers
we've seen it pretty much every time. Just like, there's no reason to really be getting forced with that. Just have your medic chill back. Just play it safe, and you could go to last with a complete Uber ad if you felt like it.
Definitely. Even Noob is like straight on building legitimately like percentage at the same time. That's actually pretty rare. And I don't know, just same old stuff. Like we've seen the last hold a few times. I don't think we've seen a stalemate over 2 minutes for the last hold just yet. But teams coming up in their Ubers. The sentry in the same position, which I'm not a fan of that spot. Like you're putting it out now, like. It's not watching that much. It's really
you can see that it
lower.
can't reach the door where the blue combo is currently holding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where's Oliver? He should be. Wow, it's a very aggressive spot.
Yeah, he's just playing under, trying to get forward picks on the flank. It looks like he's trying to kill Mad, and he has an opportunity because Mad shows himself, and he's holding his time. He's doing a really good job, but he misses the shot.
I'd like to see him protected here. You really need someone to bodyguard the sniper if you want to go for aggressive plays.
Also, I think I've got a visual bug because for a second there, Paim was a dispenser, but that seems to have fixed.
Paim was a dispenser.
Oh, he is again. I think there's an error because whenever Hyper builds a dispenser, Paim turns into a dispenser for me. Good game.
My co-caster, ladies and gentlemen. So we should see. Wow, he just gets picked. I was going to say the blue team would be moving up after that pick to make more space for the sniper, but he gets wiped. Because no one's really protecting him.
What do you reckon about the play? Like, they lose a player, and for the counter sack, you let your sniper go super aggressive and try and hit the hero shot in the medic.
I have
What's
no problem with going aggressive. Yeah, I've got no problem with going aggressive, but you really need to be protecting the sniper. Like the hero shot is, few and far between.
Fair enough. Yeah, we have the Oliver Spy. We'll see if he's just checking the classes, but Pingu picking up Wigan should prompt a push. He's jumping on them, he gets nothing done, and that's 2 plays down. This is not the greatest place. Aza does have to pop early to really well coordinate spam by the soldiers, but 3 down, the Ubers finally popped up. They need to keep all their players up. The sentry finally goes down. Wigan's about to come up when he's respawned. I don't know, they haven't really done anything. They took really long to get the sentry down, and Lagnuts does go down post-fighting, but oh my god, a really nice bomb from Zoe picks up Catfish. We goes down to Pingu and Blake gets killed by Zoe as well. Oh my god, the pyro! Oh, what a hit shot!
That's incredible.
Pingu just wins the round for his team.
I honestly thought that Red had thrown their advantage. They had massive player ad, but they backed up, played their heroes, played the position, and ended up coming in an unbelievably crispy headshot. It was crazy.
Yeah, they came down to the 1v1 Sniper vs Scout, and he just finishes it with a really nice headshot.
Yeah,
I said before that Pingu's presence of Sniper wasn't super impressive, but he's been chaining the round, getting picks at really good moments last couple of fights. Starting now, a way more aggressive play from Salt Free right now. Catfish getting super aggressive, missing his rocket onto Lugnuts though. 2 players down for both sides, but that's Catfish and Med down for Salt Free. It's a medic and 2 soldiers versus 4 really low health players. Mad also seem to go, but they're backing up probably to refight this middle.
It's staggering how aggressive Salt Free are on these mid fights.
Yeah, like they've kind of had a bit of a balance. Like they're either kind of locked out at the start and don't really commit, or they get super aggressive with their soldiers.
These past couple, there's almost 0 self-preservation. Let's see if we can play the heals here.
Mad getting aggro, trying to get something done, but he's kind of just jumping around. He doesn't get punished because Crud kills Hyper, the person focusing down. Oliver goes down to 80 health, and Soldier Pop goes deep. Paim unable to get anything done. The Uber is still up, and the players are a bit questionably aggressive still. They're about to get Ubered on if they don't start moving out, and Blake should get caught here. They did not respect the Uber ad.
Questionable pop there. I don't think that was necessary. They were dominating so hard.
Days a pop.
Yeah, Aza just popped for really nothing. They played the second defense extremely well. They played the heroes and just blue slowly got whittled down, and they're moving forward off of that.
Definitely. They're already breaking through chokes. They pick up a weekend early, and Hyper should just go smoothly from here. Paim dies as well, and they're pretty much giving them last at this point if they're not careful. The aggressive players are still fighting. They're just, oh my god, that's a very bad play. Crud probably walking forward now just to spawn camp the remaining players, and this should be the 5th round, and they only have 3 minutes, which, dare I say, is almost impossible to win, if not just
would you say?
I'm going to see this mid. If they roll this mid, they have a chance, but otherwise I'd say it's their time.
Yeah, I'm inclined to. I don't really think this is feasible, but I don't know. Maybe. I've seen worse odds come through.
They are running a pyro to mid, so it does look like maybe they might have given up.
Or it's the infamous Paim Pyro. Let's have a look.
The breakthrough choke. The aggression will be handled because Pain can't bomb as the pyro class. But he does get an assist before dying. It's Hyper and Oliver just against the world here. And now it's just Oliver against the world. He's trying to get everything down, but Pingu will clean him up, and that is GG. I don't know. They could bring this. They could bring this 7-2 and finish it off. I think if they roll this round, and if they roll this round and they play, but it doesn't really matter because this Baguette will be taking the first map, and we can it doesn't look like they're just messing around. We can go for a bomb. I don't know. It was a really fun first map, to be honest. Like, both teams showing a lot of interesting play. Like, it wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't what I expected to see. I'll be honest. I think
I thought it was
really
going to be slow and boring. It was really exciting. The scouts in this map were just huge. Like, all of them, just really influential, and the heavies not so much. Which is goes against my experience. I've kind of found that the demo and the pocket and the Roma have are usually stronger on this map.
I thought you meant the literal heavies.
Oh no,
I was like, man, those low impact heavies.
Sorry.
Oh, I was about to say, yeah, I guess I can agree with that. The Pame Heavy didn't get that much done.
No, it didn't get too much, yeah.
But I'm in the left. I mean, the round could go the whatever way, but yeah, Wigan dying early. I don't know.
I'd like to see a win difference. 5 for start.
Yeah, it's not impossible. I mean, Hyper cleaning up Pingu, Mad going down, Aza going down as well, and this is actually a mid that should, in theory, go in the way of Salt Free if they can clinch this crowd kill. Yeah, it's just lug nuts, and he is going to get cleaned up with 3 players up for the side of Salt Free, so that isn't going to be a win difference. But a 2-6 scoreline, 2-6 sounds is pretty. It sounds a lot worse statistically, considering how close that game was for most of it. I'd put it more down to the 5-2 because they stopped taking it seriously after that. But I don't know, like you said, the scouts were doing so much. Like, Pingu is a really good DM scout. He is the kind of scout that if he holds W, you can't shut him down. Like, you're just gonna have a terrible time because he opens up so much room for Crud to just walk forward and absolutely mulch anything in front of him. And just playing against Crud for the 4 seasons I have, allowing Crud the room to just walk forward is another mistake. Like, if you give him an inch, he'll take a mile and just do 40 billion damage to you.
Crud definitely the more dominant demo on this map, taking much stronger positions on the fights and the mid fights especially, and doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, let's check out these logs really quick. And the first thing I noticed is Pingu getting 41 kills. That's a very impressive scoreline to have. It's
pretty outrageous.
He's just kind of walking all over the other team, doing whatever he wants. I want to see if he's been killing scouts or soldiers. He's been kind of doing both. He's got 11 soldier kills and 15 scout kills. He's kind of been doing anything, to be honest. He has 7 demo kills and 5 meta kills. He's just, like I said, pressing his W key, and he's not being shut down well enough, so he's just had free roam to do an obnoxious amount of kills. But just Catfish also there doing 300 damage. Like you said, they're not playing they're not carrying out their own lives. They're doing stuff for the team. Like, the soldiers aren't afraid to die if it's going to mean they're going to be winning these mids. And it does mean that the kill death ratios for the soldiers aren't the most impressive. But I can say pretty safely that Pames, as a roamer, was doing a lot on the mid as a player, at the very least. I can't say for much else. I wasn't keeping an eye on him, but he seemed to be taking a lot of aggression for the team to walk forward, especially on the lottie mids.
I saw him get several excellent forces, and kills and baits and stuff. I think he did well. Okay,
interesting.
I don't think the pockets were very relevant. They got quite a lot of healing, and their damage output was pretty weak comparatively.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was a thing actually. The medics, he's getting 2 drops. One was in a situation when the scout was forwarding him. It wasn't the most influential drop to the game because it was in a position where if he Ubered, it was going to be a pretty useless Uber. Like, they couldn't have gotten aggressive with it or anything. It was just like him backing out with mid with a player. And I guess he decided to hold it over dropping, over forcing rather. And I don't know, that shows up on stats pretty poorly, but the other drop was, I think it was Wigan just spamming him, and he was standing on the point, and it was kind of an awkward way to drop an Uber, definitely not how you want it to go. But otherwise, I don't know. The only one thing is Wigan seeming to have a bit of trouble. Maybe it's how Crud's aggression that's stopping him, but he's bottom damaging, and that's not the ideal demo stat that you want to see.
Do you think this map will play more like the same? I feel like it flows very similar to Sunshine, and it's also obviously very scout orientated, so I wouldn't be too surprised if we see a bit of a repeat in this course.
Yeah, I can agree to that. Like, I do think that I wouldn't be surprised if we saw like pretty similar things, but I reckon maybe the one thing we will see is a bit more familiarity, maybe from the players who were having trouble on the first map. They might come out a bit more on this map, soldiers and demomen and stuff like that. Everyone has played a million games of Snakewater at this level, so I mean, like, it's just like statistically, like I said, if you're in Prem TF2, you've played like easily 100 games of Snakewater in the last year.
Unfortunately.
And as Australian TF2 player, you've played Sunshine like 10 times in the last like decade. Like, that's the difference between these teams. So I don't know. I'm hoping we can see the players who didn't have a great showing last map maybe come into the shell. And we are getting live already, actually.
I'm going to be watching Crud again. I would like to see the medics play a bit better this map. I think they're a bit too throw away with their Uber advantages and stuff.
Yeah.
Dirk, a very cool rollout.
Yeah, he gets way quicker than Wigan with a little bit less health, but nothing too drastic. Just kind of chilling, sending spam. He's kind of pressured the top left players, doing it. Good job of trying to deny bombs, but he goes down so low and he gets killed by a Wigan roller, actually. Wigan and Crud putting their lives. Like, that's actually cleaning it up. Mad goes down to 20 health before taking a crossbow on the left side, and nothing super aggressive now, but as I said, Softfree are walking over the point. Catfish goes down to trade Mad and Pingu. Hyper gets killed by Lugnuts walking over the point. Blank just in a fight with the scout here. He needs somebody with him. The scout finally comes back, and they're gonna take this mid, but Payne is actually really aggressive in lobby here.
Gosh, he is really aggro. I
wouldn't expect this at the very least, so...
I was really hopeful for Damage Inc. on that mid-fight. They immediately... Oh no, sorry, I was for Salt-Free. They immediately picked the enemy demo and they backed off and they played heals really well, and I was surprised to see that they lost that mid-fight. I guess the high ground was just too strong. Yeah,
Payne actually getting punished for his aggression, and that puts Salt-Free in a really awkward position here. Like, Uber's pretty much alone. They might get this force out, but even if they do, the Uber's going to be in such a large favour for Baguette, and they're going to be pushing the players out of the fight. Catfish going down to 6 health, but Pingu actually gets cleaned up.
How's Hyper getting away with this?
Hyper is just doing... yeah, that's ridiculous. Lugnuts goes down with Crud. This is a complete turnaround. The medic should get cleaned up here as well if they don't beat the shots. They do end up cleaning him up, and it's just Catfish and Wigan do go down to soldiers from behind, but I don't know. What do you want to see here? Like,
well, I want to see this medic pick first of all.
Ooh, Blank, really good movement dodging. Good work to jump off the bridge there and try and keep himself in the air, like, make it so if he's going to take damage it has to be direct. They rush in really late, and I don't like this play right now. But they're big balling it, and it's just oh, this is really awkward. Blank going for swords on the demo, man. A really clever play, honestly. That could really impact this last, and he's just killing Catfish. I really like the piece of the plane of mind that Blank was in right there. He was like, this fight's not going our way. I think his idea was to get Uber, but killing the demo there meant that like they could actually stand on the point, like, and cap that out. That was a really good play. Yeah,
despite Blank's extremely early Uber into second, the red team kind of backed off and relinquished too much ground. So when they pushed back in, their defending Uber was too slow, and the blue team just played time and they won.
Yeah, fair. Hyper getting that early pick on a Pingu was actually really helpful.
Look at that aggression. That's crazy.
Oh my goodness. Blank goes down. This is going definitely in the way of Salt-Free. It's just... not Salt-Free, Baguette is... Oh, Oliver's just trying to get on the medic. It's like 50 damage, but it's just Payne, and if I know Payne, he's going to try and kill this medic in any way he can. But I don't think they're interested in going Saw, so he's going to have to jump onto the medic. He tries to do the window jump, gets caught out early by the scouts, and... that is going to be... He's a laugh taunts at it.
No, I'd taunt too. Back to Tempest, son.
Yeah, he's not a Tempest gamer. Oh yeah, Oliver's up on the sniper, so... Oh! as I say that, he just don't taser.
That is pretty crispy. Yeah, you have to respect it. Like, this is
I think
what
he was
fucking
taunting.
snipers do.
I think Aza was taunting.
Was he?
I think so. Well, he died, and then he said, "Nice taunt." So, I think he was just taunting on the point, and Oliver domed him. So,
Look at this double
play.
and Frank strategy.
Are they going to last? No, wait. I don't know. They're just backing up. Yeah, I think it was a.
This can't.
No, yeah, they are going last.
They're not going to get away with this crap.
There's no way. You can't, like, that's really sloppy from Soft3. Like, you gotta expect that player. Like, the two options are to sack their players for you to try and kill that medic, back out completely, or go for the back out. You can't.
I can't believe they had two soldiers hiding above the doorway like that.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Gosh, I like this mid-prem meta.
So, we'll see how. Yeah, I'm gonna check out what Zoic does. He does the classic bomb. He's trying to get thrown to the medic. He does actually clean him up very early, and that's gonna open up a lot of aggression for the side of Baguette. They're walking over the point and just trying to get up any frags they can. But it's going to super low. It's just Catfish and Payne. Catfish should get this kill. He beefs the rocket, and then he can't clean up the scout. That's a really bad.
Have you seen more plus forward?
Yeah. So it's Payne versus Pingu in a 1v1, and if I know my TF2,
I think this is Pingu's.
It should be. It's a 1v1 with a 78th soldier. If Pingu doesn't win this, it's very questionable.
And he just gets fucking straight into a blind rocket. I think he really should have been capping there.
Yeah,
like, it would have allowed his team to come in.
Damn, dude. It was a really nice rocket, even if it was blind. Like, I think
it was predicted. I mean, come on, it's still worth its credit.
It works in his favor. Payne actually is in a really good position. If they don't expect him, they do expect him though.
Fuck, man.
Payne actually going pretty huge in this mid.
He's angry, eh?
Yeah, I know. Payne just going Super Saiyan. He misses the Tempest jump though. He needs to boot camp on that for a while. Pingu picking up Payne finally, putting an end to his kill streak, and we'll see what they break if they're still trying to break through. Because the Pingu sniper does complicate things here. Pushing Saw into a sniper is not a great time.
Do you think Salt3 could have gone in there? I think they took their time about it and brought everyone through like the same area. I reckon they could have, you know, gone through different chokes and probably taken second, especially versus the sniper.
I don't know. Loads of teams though, even if like the sniper isn't hitting his shots, loads of teams are really scared of sniper presence. Like people won't.
That's exactly what the sniper wants. He wants you to be scared of him and give him space.
Catfish does a really nice play there. He gets straight onto the demo and gets out. And then they should be just re-pushing with the trade here. When with the demo down, they should get in with a fairly easy like a spam. But the sniper's still up. Payne's still on sniper actually. So
look above you, man.
Hyper finally kills Zoic, and this should just be
Hyper not seeing the soldier directly above him. You know, that oriental peripheral vision, I suppose.
Alright then. So they're pushing
Will we see the rest
left.
of the last?
Yeah, it's Payne getting spammed super aggressive by Crud. They finally Ubered out, but he gets cleaned up by Rollers, and it's 2 down still for the side of Baguette. If they played the point earlier, they could get a decent fight here, but no one's willing to try it. Oh, Catfish, huge bomb onto the medic, and he's going to clean that up.
Yeah, that's a massive bomb.
This is a really good position for Soul3 if they don't lose these players, and Oliver is in the right mind, taking buffs and winning these 1v1s with the scout. It's oh my god. Why did they play? They shouldn't have played that separately, man. That was really foolish by the scouts on Baguette. They should have waited or played together.
They totally should be playing. They need to play the medic advantages, both these teams, a bit more.
Yeah, Mad's in a position to actually kind of own if he can kill the soldier in time, but he doesn't, and that's going to be another round, too, Soul3.
Dude, this is actually good TF2, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch.
It is really fun to watch. I don't know, back and forth, well-matched TF2 is, I believe, their favourite to cast, so... I don't know. I think... So last... No, I'm wrong. Last mid, it went just to the way of Salt3, barely. I'm interested to see, because I think it's been a bit of a back and forth. Mainly going the way of Baguette so far. Catfish's bomb gets absolutely denied and he goes down super low, and Lugnuts is taking that opportunity to walk up lower on the point. The health on both teams is really bad. No buffs on either side except for Wigan taking a 260. Hyper goes down, and so does Oliver and Wigan, all in the same second, and that's going to mean that Salt3 in their right mind should just back up all the way in. But Payne does a really nice jump all the way from Saw, but he should get cleaned up lower, unable to get out. That was an interesting play. I think he was hoping the medic would be a bit more aggressive in source so he could get the force, or hope they were even going window. But Pingu balling it in. He beat very hard there. I think he'll almost definitely come sniper or spy. It's Pingu. He's been off-classing constantly this match.
I'd like to see a gun, just for... Yeah, there we go. Good boy. The Romans won that mid-fight for Damage Inc. They did, like, no damage, but they pretty much distracted the entire team. And when these players get distracted, they seem to just, like, you know, back a bit too much and relinquish too much position, and allowing the defending team to just walk all over the point.
Yeah, we have the counter sniper. Pingu does actually come up, and he's in a position. Like, this is a really awkward position. At least for me, as an incompetent player, I really struggle to kill the person on train as sniper. Like, as the defender, like, the sniper on train has all the fight. But then Oliver just celebrated that and kills Pingu.
Don't listen to Ollie, watch Oliver.
So, yeah, we're watching Oliver actually right now, because I'm thinking he should be able to kill Crud if he's lucky. He does hit the headshot.
Gosh, he's
but,
good.
Hyper gets forward and gets killed himself. They seem to be trying to get some aggression. Zoek walking straight in, he gets
should be a force. Oh no, it's a trade.
It was so early. And this is kind of awkward. They finally Uber, but the sentry hasn't even
I'd love to see Catfish stop Acer from getting out here. No, he kind of... Yeah, I mean, it's a trade. I think Catfish could have played that a bit better. It should have been an easy medic kill, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a shame that the medicals end up getting out, but so Oliver back on sniper means that we might be able to see some nice shots, because Oliver's actually been hitting some pretty good shots this entire match, if I'm honest. Like, been doing a lot on the off-class.
I think this is an underrated sentry position. I can actually see under that shack, and it's pretty well protected. You have to really commit players to get a good angle on it, which commits a lot of time for it to be killed, so don't be surprised if Oliver doesn't get massive picks. Like, this is a pretty solid defense, I'd say.
Definitely. The Uber is about to come up for the side of Aza, so we'll see if he uses this ad. It looks like they're trying to aggro him straight away. They Uber straight on to Lugnut actually, and the sentry hasn't been touched at all, and no kills have gone their way.
Does Baguette do that?
No, he doesn't yet.
I can't believe this. That is the biggest dot
really
push on the planet.
They should still lose this push if they can play it correctly. They've got the player advantage, and they've got a distracted medic, yeah. So it's just a soldier and a demo man. I'd be very shocked if they manage to make this go their way. The soldier finally gets cleaned up, and Crud is overcommitted and should get pushed by the scouts. I can't believe Pike didn't have met Uber there. Like, he should have...
They had the right idea. Like, that dot push was excellent, but as soon as the enemy medic dies, you gotta like stop overly committing, because the enemy team, as I said, they're gonna go full Pearl Harbor and they're just gonna shoot the crap out of you. You have to back off and play heals and really just take your time, and because if you're only, you know, the medic takes time to accumulate those heals. Yeah, that advantage.
Yeah. Oh my god, Catfish goes huge. He gets straight onto Aza, Mad, and Wigan playing up Pingu. This is a 3-man play. Oh my god, 4-man. They haven't lost a single person in the exchange. Crud last man up, just trying to back out with his life and setting up traps.
Wow, well, that's crazy. You can see Zoex is stunned. He just like he still can't think.
So this should be an uncontested second, and probably if I was Aza.
That's devastating. He made the mistake of leaving the door. Yep,
yeah.
Go straight to last. Come on.
That's, yeah, you just push an Uber, like, get onto the sentry that, you know, they'll have... I'd play it right, I wouldn't push left on this thing, because...
I think they should be going faster. Yeah, here we go.
They do, but the sniper is still in the doorway. I'm worried that they're going to drop. They don't drop. They found the Uber out. The sentry hasn't been touched. This could go poorly. They haven't got any kills, but the positioning is in their favor. Most players are on the right and spawn. Catfish getting good denial on any players trying to block the point, and they're going to break this round. This
really
is
nice push.
Pretty much an exact mirror of what happened last round. I think it would be Baguette way last time.
Yeah, maybe with the map knowledge just playing a key factor. That was a really good push. They just had the heavies, you know, on top, denying the enemy defenders and the scouts cap, as it should be.
Definitely. Catfish a lot on that fight as well, getting straight onto...
He won the round with that crazy pick he got.
Mad swinging him on the ground, playing the standard chin player. Soldier behind into the saw of Baguette, and it's like Wigan going down actually. Aggression from Mad. Mad does trade his life. Pigu and Lognuts are going down. It's definitely going away of sort of free. Hyper and Ollie do out of they get this out. They're trying to get out of their life.
This would be so crazy.
Oh, Catfish.
Okay, yeah, so he's the player of this map, no doubt about it. Like, don't worry about who's getting the other frags. Like, he won that mid with his distraction plays, and he's devastating, damaging. It's crazy.
Oliver just beefed so hard. He went all the way to last. He hid behind the container thing, barrels, and just missed his shots on it. He doesn't even need to be there, man. They've got a fuller bread. It's kind of a misplay. But they do have I don't know. I'd go right now before the sentry has them set up, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Late.
If this gun gets level 3 and the sniper gets like a decent damage shot, I think they could stop this push.
Yeah, but it looks like they're just trying to start moving out now. They look like to be going... I'd be leaning on Wigan to get the sentry down straight away. They should...
They have called where the gun is. They should be coming from lower and roller.
It goes on left, on right rather, trying to get an opening pick. They Uber through shutter door, they're trying to get straight into the sentry, it goes down, and they have really good leverage here to just completely lock down the right side. They need somebody to be baiting the point. Wigan doing it, because no scouts are in position to do it right now. He gets a quarter of the way down, but he gets killed himself. Hyper to take a fight with a medic, and doing a bit of crud, falls, and that was just, and I think he just got mulched by Dash, and it went in the way of...
Pretty unhappy about how damaging retreated into spawn. If you go into spawn with that many players, you will lose the round, because you can't do anything in there. You have to really try and just, you know, mirror the enemy team and take some position to actually defend your last point, because that blue Uber, they just walked straight in and got to sit above the point, and, you know, yeah, you can't allow them to do that.
So he's actually going in really early, he gets straight into the medic. Same fight exactly, Mad gets straight into Wigan and gets the kill. Zoe goes down. Mad, Dirk, and they're just falling like flies. Ace is stuck in. They should just kill Bind here. Ace, right now, especially on this map, he's kind of been having a hard time, I'd say. Like, weird stuff like walking out of the spawn gate on second and having to kill Bind. Getting caught a lot in like those situations. I don't know, man. I can really talk to Medic who knows when to kill Bind, and it seems to be that he's been kind of delaying his death a lot this map. Well, pain goes down actually really early.
This doesn't go to a third map, does it?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they could... The way things are going, they should tie this, but it's definitely not over, especially if they fail this last push. So we'll see what they do. They look to be pushing right again. They've got the
I'd like to see them rotate the gun around, because we're probably just going to see a repeat. Or maybe a pyro could be strong. Or, yeah, this sentry is not strong versus the rollers, to be honest. It just dies far too quickly.
Oh yeah, this is good. No, I mean, I reckon both scouts right now, I don't know. I don't like to play what they kind of did, but it seems to be working. Oh no, it's Hyper in a 1v3 with heals. This is definitely possible if he hits his shots, but he's kind of getting overwhelmed, it looks like him.
Clutch!
Yeah, nah.
That's a massive... Yeah. Ah, that's awesome. I like the heavy play there. That's good.
Yeah, he did a lot in that last. So, what happened there was... They did an interesting... What I thought they were doing was an interesting play. So they Ubered, led on scout through shutter door to take the stickies. They took Wigan in to spam the sentry, and then Oliver ran onto point. And I would have liked him to stay on point, but then he ran off point to try and pressure Crud, which should have been Wigan's job, and then he should have just taken, like, cap time, to be honest, because...
I don't like how the scout led the push against the sentry. He expended his entire clip into it, like, barely killed it. It's not very efficient.
Yeah,
you want to really be using...
Actually.
Yeah, because the sentry's entire purpose is to waste your Uber, and you don't really want to let them do that, or else it's, you know, it's too effective, and that's probably why they lost that last push, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Paim's coming up right now, and they've got even Ubers here. I want to see if they try and capitalize off anything, but they don't really have anything, because Paim actually just
got the forward spawn, so this is effectively even.
We'll see what they do. Lignut's actually really forward onto Oliver, but Oliver takes almost no damage. Literally no damage, actually. Paim killing Mad, actually, and no trade for him? That's interesting. Looks like they might try and take this Uber in. Maybe a solo on Catfish. He takes the Uber, he gets bounced forward. Good damage, and they could make this a really good Uber if they
Chase.
Catfish, nah, they're soloing, getting it out here, but they need someone behind him to back up in that Uber, and nothing's there.
Wigan dying?
Wigan's gonna die.
Yeah, that's massive.
That should be round. Blank should die.
Unless Hyper...
Blank, get out, man. It's a shame, man. So Blank got caught on ramp there, it was kind of awkward. And now with full overhead and full unplayer head, it should be, but Mad's taking a fight with Oliver. Oliver's big balling it. He does almost kill Crud, but Crud does survive and takes a cross through. There's no damage to follow up on, and that is a 60% Uber advantage. 70% actually. So, would you be pushing right now, or would you just wait for the Uber and crush them?
I mean, you could do it right now. Both are good.
Fair enough. Oliver's on sniper again, and I want to see him make a play because he's been pretty huge impact this entire game. Watching Oliver, he's getting forward. He doesn't get anything done. He kind of gets spammed. Oh, beautiful shot into A zone left.
Yeah, it's
exactly
crazy.
what they needed. I don't know.
It should not happen though.
It
to be honest,
because the Roma called him. Like the second you hear that call, he's in right lobby. You shouldn't push out to left lobby.
Pretty much.
So either there was a lack of communication in that the Roma didn't call where his position was, or the medic just didn't hear it.
I don't think he should have made that mistake anyway. Like,
yeah.
Even if there were no calls. Look at this hiding spot by this sneaky scout.
Oh my god.
Run straight onto the medic.
I can't believe it. He kills blank and looks like, oh my god, Oliver's straight on. Crud just turns around and bitch slaps him and says, "Get off my medic." That's such a jump on the point, trying to deny these players. They don't expect it as well, and he catches them by surprise, but he hasn't hit anything yet. And he looks like he should die, yeah. Hyper jumps straight onto him, Catfish going down, and Hyper trading. It's a 3v4, and they've got this last push with the sentry that's still up, actually. Which is actually a pretty decent position to be in right now, I'd say.
Sulfury did try to push that with, you know, with a sentry gun, which is effectively, you know, a player down, because it doesn't contribute at second, but it does secure holding last, so...
I think they've been worried about the back cap because of last time.
Yeah. I mean,
but there's other ways to counter
a big
that,
favour for Aza at the moment, Uber.
Yeah, that's true. It's 90% to... yeah, it's like 40% ad. They're coming up on it right now.
Huge. Please don't drop to Ollie again.
Ollie is... where is he right now, actually? He's just far right, playing the same
angle. He's
being
given lobby.
Yeah, they're not pressuring him at all right now. Like you could lead a demo straight on him and get him early in this fight.
Oh, here we go.
To favor, but they go lower. They Uber early and they haven't popped it. They're on 20% before the sentry even goes down. Lugnut does clean up Wigan in the fight though, so that does give them a good chance for the refight. Oliver just walking forward. He kills Lugnut and he gets onto the soldier. He's doing so much work just cleaning up on these players. He's walking onto the soldier as well. He might clean that up too. Yeah, the players are just going down yet again like flies. Crud.
Jack flexing though. Yeah.
Oh, he does get backed with the medic and. Did Blake get Uber there? He must have, because he's on 30%.
He did, they were grinding really hard. I don't think the red team punished them hard enough, because I'm pretty sure there was cross-go grinding involved.
Interesting. Catfish, oh my god, absolutely great play. He saw nobody was launching window and just got straight onto the players running around. They should be ready for these players aggressing. We can clean up Lugnuts after Oliver gets killed by Mad. Pingu is just awkwardly trying to hit his shots here. Hyper on 2 health does clean up by Zoic, who should look like he's one getting her. Why is Pam on NG, man? Like, they need that aggression forward with this.
Yeah, I don't think it's right having the gun when you win a fight like that, because you could easily push off. Like you know, you can handle the back cap. The chance of getting back cap with classes.
I don't know, man. It's like so that I think the reason is they're scared of the back cap again. But like, there's so many more like just check the corner, keep a roamer at last or something, because he's so much more mobile to get off last than an engineer. Just
it's not fine though. Sorry, it's fine though, because obviously this score is really in their favor. They don't need to go get second. They can just chill the hell out.
Yeah, that might be Pame's actually idea, now that I'm thinking about it. But it's been so back and forth that I didn't even consider that it might be trying to park the bus a little bit, but with 7 minutes to go, like, if they can delay for even 2 minutes, it's practically in the bag for them.
Yep, I'd definitely be prioritizing a really strong defense and, like, you know, a moderate chance to go get, you know, cap second, as opposed to fully committing to second, because that's where, you know, people screw up and Rude could potentially get rounds off them. So I think this is right, sticking on the gun.
He's trying to go for an aggro peek here. Oliver cleans up Zoic and...
He got another headshot.
Yeah, peek. Oh my god, 3 players going down lobby. They're doing so much. Wigan, they just pushed into the left side of the lobby because nobody was watching it. This has happened multiple times, it seems. Wigan going forward actually on really low health and gets cleaned up by Mad and She's. Looks like Mad's trying to go to last,
but wow.
Fame's an engineer, Mad. Like, that's not going to work. It's cleaned up by the shotgun.
I don't think Mad would have capped that point, even if he had succeeded.
I think it's a bad decision. Like, but
desperate, one might say.
Fame's just still an engineer?
None of these teams respect, like, the enemy trying to get forces. They just kind of run in if they have any sort of ad. They don't try to preserve any sort of unnecessary Uber.
Blank's taking a
Bosses.
1v1 with Azer and mid and getting caught out. Azer goes down to 30 health. Mad putting up Hyper trying to follow up, I think, and this Crud just, oh, nice pipe on the Catfish. Azer's surviving pretty well, they're getting low into dungeon, but look where Oliver is. Oliver! He's in the position to absolutely, oh my god, Azer's just standing still and he's gonna get walked
That's
out.
not acceptable. Oh my god.
You need to be expecting that stuff, man. Like, it's the prime time to be jumping. Like he said, it's Pearl Harbor right now, and he's just standing in the middle of it.
Yeah, man. Fucking Hiroshima 2.0.
Okay, so Blank got an Uber advantage here, but I don't know if they're gonna be using it. Like, they don't have heals right now, and they just keep taking it for free. But yeah, aggressive spamming, but oh, a nice coordinated aggression from the Baguette players because Catfish does go down in return, and Pame is just, yeah, I guess they're content with just chilling on the super ad because, like you said, the parking the bus strategy is what you should be focusing on now. Getting good defense, just stopping them from getting any more rounds.
If something doesn't happen to Damage Incorporated, like now, this game is done.
Yeah. I mean, like, what can you do though right now? Like, think of one snipe that. Sniper's the wrong play here, I reckon. It's too slow. I'd say snipe, honestly. Like, just rush, like, go invis, declick right behind the medic, go for it. Like, you need a play, and I think that's, you need something quick.
Hey, check out how far Ollie is, and he just gets to walk into lobby all the time. I really don't think Damage Incorporated treat like the lobby area as their territory, and they really should if they can help it. Yeah, just kind of living the sniper.
The sniper. Pigu hasn't shown himself just yet. He's playing the headshot angle, and he finally wins the fight with Oliver in a 1v1. And they don't have the best timing for it, but they need to make something happen now. I'd be pushing off a one-player ad, but they're not respecting the timer. Like, no, they are. They finally are. They're fucking walking in. They get onto the teleporter. Oh my god! Don't die.
Do they get a telefrag?
Don't get Mookie, please. They're just kind of walking. They're rotating right. Okay, I can respect this, but they didn't deal with the sentry gun, which is going to make this pretty difficult.
It should be impossible to get through this doorway.
And it does seem to be proving that way as everyone goes down, but they do get a medic in the midst of it, and it's a 2v3. They need to fight this. Like, there's no reason in them backing out. Aza playing really forward, almost staying to a soldier aggression.
Yeah, well, I mean, what do you expect? They're trying to squeeze through a tiny roller. I don't think Blank should have died there. He was like right in front of the roller. He was really in front of his teammates.
Yeah.
Not very good, but
I think I've been seeing that a bit, like a bit of medic misplay in positioning. Like Azer and Blank seem to be getting caught in pretty strange positions. But as I say that, Pingu and Oliver trade, and so does Hyper down. It's no scouts. Once again, like, this is almost 100% dead time. They need to be pushing right now. Like, so try and spam out at the sentry and just go. Like, that's all, your only option. Like, you can't be wasting time right now. If you want any chance
to be shooting the gun, he can't expend all his ammo on. Yeah, okay.
Too. And I'm willing to say that this is almost dead time. As Aza just runs the last thread to a sentry because I think he's realized this too. Yeah, just 2 up for things, and it looks like they've kind of conceded. Like, they're not. I mean, I hope they conceded because I feel like the alternative ideal of Aza just walking in alone to last into a sentry gun is pretty hurtful if they happen. But yeah, it's pain for a teleporter in spawn. I didn't even know you could do that.
In the spawn?
Yeah, teleporter just in spawn. I've never seen that before. I don't know if that's a glitch or something.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, it's the visual glitch for me. Never mind, you told me I'm an idiot. Well, I wonder why that's happening for me. That's odd. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Just playing the turn. Pigu's playing on the medic. If he hits his shots, yeah, he does. He drops blank. I'd like to see them take a round in the 2 minutes they have remaining, if they can. Ooh, really nice shot on the hype as well. Absolutely brutal. You need to keep my eyes on Pingu right now, because he's hitting his shots. And, I mean, with the limited amount of time, the best we can hope for is some cool shots.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a sentry super fort. He gets launched and tries to win a fight with the soldier. He's gonna get killed. Turns out that engineer isn't the best combat class in the game. We can take him a fight with Mad with heals. Nothing really comes of it as Mad's just trying to get out of the lobby alive. No, definitely in the cards for them to be able to push into last year. They've got a decent advantage. But Lightnuts goes down trying to peek aggressively. Catfish kills them up and trades his life trying to get forward as well. That's Oliver and Catfish down. This is definitely a decent position for them to push if they can spam out the sentry gun, but so far they've not been focusing the sentry gun on these Ubers early, on these fights early enough. Zoe gets straight into the medic, he ends up cleaning up with support from Crud. Pingu finally domes Payne, the sentry's still up, but it's in a really good position. They finally Uber. Aza is not got nobody with him though, it's just Zoic and they're kind of surrounded. Lugnuts finally comes into this and
I believe
they can win this. This is like the best chance they've had the entire game. 2 up and it's a 3v1 with the medic being the last remaining player who's
Payne
finally going
trains
to go
the
down.
mid.
I mean, a minute. They could win this round. I want to say out, but
we're done, man.
yeah,
We're done.
the pirate mid is up. I think we are calling it here. We got 2 snipers. No, just 1 sniper. Yeah, crits, pyro, sniper, heavy. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what people are complaining about a stay later. Like, just watch this show on TF2, man. We'll see. I want to see what the pyro does. Like,
Look at
why
how
not?
Gosh, poor Dirk. I hate blood spawning scouts, man.
Mad trying to win a fight, loses it. It's 3 down, and they're just in the wave salt free pretty early. Not surprisingly, considered they ran like 3 utilities. But Blank going down to a 1v1 Pingu. This is Zoic and Pingu here. Yeah, they're up on the crits and they should get ready for this. They crits on the Zoic, Wigan goes down, but there's nobody there to follow up because everyone's just wrapping around on this mid. And Oliver's not having any of it. He's not going anywhere near the crits and it's fun faded, so he's just kind of MGing Zoic. He ends up cleaning up. Oh no, he doesn't. Okay, Zoic goes down in the return. How much time do we have left? We have 5 seconds, let's see if... Yeah, just padding stats. And nothing else can happen. GG. Wow, that's a tie. Sol free 1, and Baguette 1. That was a really good match.
Man, that was intense. Both maps. It's pretty hard to keep up with how fast it was, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the mids, everything really, like the fights on last, like, I think that was a bit of a lackluster. Every time I saw Baguette fighting that last, they kind of had trouble, especially with the Payne engineer. They seemed to be struggling to get his sentry down while also committing to a decent Uber charge. Yeah,
you really got to kill that gun quickly. And I think the reason we saw it bounce back and forth so often is because both teams are pretty shocking at medic and Uber retention, especially versus enemy disads in that regard. So we're looking at the logs now.
Yeah, I'll bring up logs and I'll also try and get somebody in interviews in a moment. We'll just quickly look at logs just quickly first. Tell me what you think about the logs right now. Like, what's the first thing you noticed?
Wigan underperforming pretty hard compared to his counterpart. Ollie going crazy. Yeah, that's definitely the standout ideas there.
Fair enough. Yeah, Ollie and I are actually doing a lot of work combined. Ollie was hitting the thread to DPM mic. Yeah, the scouts for Software were just doing so much work in all aspects. And I think Catfish is keen to have a quick interview, so we'll just get him in the mumble quickly if you can run down any more stats that you see interesting.
Yeah,
I think the medic stats are pretty interesting.
Yeah, too many drops. Yeah, these teams have to work on their medic retention. They don't really play around protecting the medic when they have a medic advantage enough.
Oh, we have Wade in the main channel, and Catfish should be here shortly as well.
Sorry, who have we got? Wigan and Catfish?
We have Wigan, and Catfish should be on his way for these interviews. Wigan, Demo Man, Forgo, Sulfree, and Catfish Pocket. Hello, Wigan.
Hey yo,
welcome,
kicking dudes.
Did you have fun?
Good. We had a lot of fun with that cast actually.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun playing. I'm just glad I've got a team that's capable because I evidently am not.
Don't say that.
I don't know, dude. If you saw the stats, like I don't know if you guys have seen the logs, but it's up there with my worst performances, which is really saying something.
So, please,
like, really saying something.
So, do you think you just had a bad game, or do you think your counterpart on demo was just outperforming?
I think I'm just potentially a bad player, and I'm consistent. No, in all honesty, I don't know. Our team kind of works around everyone else doing well, and I sit there and try and take part the best way I can. So I don't know. No, Crud's a significantly better demo than I am. Like, there's no doubts about that. Realistically, most of the demos, if not all of them, in Prem are. But, it's a bit of fun. We've got a very strong team in our pocket. And in our med, and, when Dork and Hyper come online, it's pretty rough on the opposition demo, so that gives me a bit of freedom. It was a fun game.
There was something you noticed was the scouts on your team were just going ham both maps. Like, I think bind like 70 frags from both of them on that second map. Like, they were just doing so much work.
It was closer to 80 just on the DL. In all honesty, like, our pre-game conversation usually goes along the lines of, like, which one of our scouts is going to 40 bomb and whether I'm going to do more than 4.5k damage. So, they really quality this season. Really playing well.
Did we get Varna to coach them? They're extraordinarily aggressive.
Yeah.
Is that typical of your games that you scrim and stuff? Like your scouts just rush face and stuff?
If we did scrim, that's what would happen.
We haven't played a scrim in 2 seasons, so...
okay. This is a hypothetical situation.
Hypothetically, Dork for one, his main complaint about our team is that we all chicken out a fair bit, particularly on mids. Like, Sunshine was the perfect example. I don't know what you think, James, but we get, a little bit passive, and then Dork's usually pretty keen to keep going, and when we do, I think it turns out okay a lot of the time. But
our team basically revolves around our scouts. Like, we try to just give them opportunities.
Yeah,
basically. Yeah.
That's fair. Alright, so let's Catfish speaking right now. What do you think, Catfish? Like, what are your opinions on the game overall?
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. It was a good, close game. Closer than we thought it was going to be.
What were your predictions coming into it?
Losing both maps.
Well, it was really close, man. Like,
positivity.
What? They asked my predictions. Those were my predictions. I thought we were going to lose both maps.
You did really well, man. Like, legit. I think we didn't really know what to expect. I expected, like, because I saw, I think it was your last week match. I think you were against Sad Boys. And
with that
got like 580 DPM.
Yeah,
like 610 DPM, I think, in like 15 minutes, was it?
Yeah, it was
something like that.
It was kind of sad to not see him show up this week, but at the same time, both Scouts still did
a lot of work.
Yeah.
I think we'll only see that Dork once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
So, Cat James Fish, would you say your mids are, characterized by heavy bombing and trying to distract the enemy team so your team can kind of move forward and be aggressive?
I don't know, I just sort of do whatever, really.
Same man, like, I have no idea what goes on in mids, I just bomb in and flail about it.
I just think, I feel like jumping now, I'm gonna jump.
I think our strategy tonight was almost the opposite to start, at least on Snake. That is on Sunshine. We haven't played Sunshine other than last week in like 3 or 4 seasons.
We predicted that the soldiers were gonna go aggro on mids or like distract or whatever, just so the scouts and demo, who were like the carries of the team, would get more room. And so we were just trying to play slow and wait for the soldiers to do stuff, and then just like try to deal with that and then stop their team, which sort of worked, sort of didn't. But that's sort of what we were thinking going into Snake, at least. Sunshine, we had no fucking clue.
It really did feel like quite a few of those rounds were credited to you, either with like your distraction plays on mid, or you just like, sacking on the medic as he runs through.
Did you guys catch that like weird,
of course.
How I went aggro into, was it Saw, and just walked through window, dropped on the med, killed the med and the soldier, and then ran off, and they didn't kill me? I don't know what was going on there.
That was pretty funny.
Shit like that was happening all game, man, I promise.
That was weird, yeah.
Yeah. Bit of a giggle.
Yeah, I mean, probably last couple questions, like, you obviously haven't played, like, Sunshine since, like, 5 seasons ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you reckon, like, in hindsight, like, do you reckon you could have, like, what would you have changed about your Sunshine play?
I think we were just,
there
wasn't much cohesion. Like, I feel like we've played with the same roster, well, effectively the same roster for, like, quite a few seasons now, and we kind of managed to scrape through usually because we get along okay. But on Sunshine, I feel like it's just, there's so much room that at times we just get dragged apart and our limited cohesion just goes out the window and people just walk all over us. Like, I don't know. I felt distance from everyone in that game. I don't know if you were the same, James, but...
No, I felt fine. I felt like after we got started at the Sunshine, like going into it, I was not confident at all because we don't know it at all. We haven't played it, but like halfway through, I was like, "Wow, we could probably win." Like, and then we didn't. We lost. We lost.
Pushing out to last is quite hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. It probably doesn't help that I think I did like 5.1k damage. I I think the medics were like not that far behind me.
Was that per minute?
No, that's closer to per hour. I think
Oh, okay.
realistically, it's
Right.
not the best stat in the world.
That's good to hear, boys. We're gonna move on to shoutouts.
Yeah.
No?
I think that
All Gucci.
yeah, all good. Alright, so I'll go top of the list. Catfish, any shoutouts?
Yeah, shout out to the casters and stuff for casting and setting it up, thanks. And shout out to the other team, shout out to our team, and shout out to Dork. That's it.
Alright, cool, yeah. Almost asked the overlay bot for some shoutouts, but
Yeah, I was going to.
Rocky, any shoutouts?
To you guys for playing Spurs. I really thought it was going to be a shocking, boring game, but you made it fun, so thank you.
No stress, my dude.
Yeah, my shoutouts, like, honestly, same, pretty much, like, I didn't really know what to expect, but that was the best game I've casted in quite a long time, like, really back and forth, a lot to say, and a lot of interesting play.
Very little downtime, was full on ass.
Yep, and Wigan, any shoutouts?
Yeah, I suppose Salt-free gang, past and present. It's always great fun playing with a team that just enjoys the game and enjoys each other's company. The other team, they were really, really good to play against tonight and super helpful with organising stuff because we all been super busy this week. So it was good that they could meet us in the middle. And obviously to you guys, both sort of casters, cameramen, etc., etc. It's always awesome to see Australian TF2 getting casted. And yeah, I suppose everyone that keeps the scene alive. It's awesome.
Cool, yeah. Alright, guys. I think that's wrapped up. I think we're good to finish up the stream. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been ozfortress Week 20... ozfortress Season 20, Week 3.
Did I hear Wig 20?
Yeah, pretty much.
Debut?
Catch you guys... Oh, sorry?
Nothing. Let's go.
Greatest outro ever. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Catch you guys next week.